Let's take a look at the very latest in the world of business. The JSE looks set to open mixed Asian markets this morning, with sentiment slightly positive, with all round and eyes on the central bank activity later in the day. Now, the Reserve Bank's rate decision is due at 3 p.m, while the European Central Bank is set to announce its latest policy decision at 2:15. Makwe Masilela, Chief Investment Officer and founder at Makwe Fund Managers, joins us now for an overview of the latest market moves. Makwe, a very good morning to you. Thanks for your time this morning. Give us a sense of how the JSE opened after ending the last season weaker as investors digest inflation.
Good morning to you. Yes, after ending down at 0.2 yesterday, we managed to continue to trade down. We opened slightly down 0.1%, with resources pulling us down in industrials. But what was interesting is that financials were up by 5%, and I think it's on the expectation that interest rates will be raised. Remember, the minute you start increasing interest rates, then your banks are getting much better money when it comes to the interest income. So hence we saw our financials being the ones doing better this morning. But generally, markets are waiting what's going to be happening with interest rates globally. As we've seen, the Bank of Japan, they decided to leave theirs unchanged, just like what China did yesterday, and we expect the ECB and our local Reserve Bank to increase their interest rates.
Now, all eyes are on the repo rate decision. Should we anticipate a hike of 75 basis points or 50 basis points?
But to be on the same side, anything between 0.5 and 0.75%. Yes, we know markets have penciled in 0.5%. But remember, the guy a month back or so, that is the Reserve Bank governor, did mention that they might look into increasing interest rates by 0.75%. And that's even before we had this high inflation that we got yesterday. So generally, as we've seen, that apparently 0.5% is becoming the new 0.75%. And even when it comes to the European Union, we expected them to increase by 0.25%, but now lately there have been rumors that the guys might even be increasing a higher interest rate hike. So the point here is central banks are determined to fight global inflation, and no matter what it takes, as a result, to expect most of them to continue to start increasing aggressively in order to try to dim or make sure that inflation gets to be sorted out. So I won't rule out 0.75%.
Okay, I suppose we'll have to wait until this afternoon. Let's turn to company news. Vodacom has published a trading update for the quarter ending 30 June 2022. Talk us through what those numbers look like.
I think it's a resilient performance. We must give it to them. I mean, given that the markets, financial markets have been very challenging, given the global economy has been challenging, the Ukraine-Russia issue has been there. Look at the group service revenue up 5.2%, and also you look at the general group revenue up 5.2%, and that was underpinned by a resilient performance when it comes to South Africa, and the guys also managed to benefit from growth when it comes to data revenue. Just the South African service revenue up 3%, all because of an improved performance when it comes to customer contract. International performance as well, not too bad, up 10.4%, benefiting from that data growth revenue and a weaker rand. And also the fintech, the revenue thereof has been up by almost 9.3%. I guess the performance has been resilient.
And Anglo-American Platinum also posted a trading statement for the 6 months ending in June. How have they fared?
Unfortunately, not good news. They expect their profits as headline earnings per share to drop by 50%. Reason being, they expect a 20% decrease when it comes to sales volumes. Remember, the prior period benefited from a much higher or a much normal than expected work in progress, and also a 14% decrease when it comes to the basket prices. We should be expecting these numbers. If you look at our just May South African mining production, it fell by 7.8%. And that's 4th month in a row. And also when you look into prices, they've been going down, whether it's for metals or agricultural products, especially since the beginning of June, all because of a stronger US dollar. So I guess it's not surprising.
Very well, Makwe Masilela, we leave it there for now, and of course giving us a sense of the latest in the world of business.